stop trying to control what you think is possible to actually happen in your life based off of the money in your bank account, based off of the job you have, based off of the area you live in, based off of the community you're surrounded by, based off of what you see is actually possible to obtain with your own resources. Stop that. Let go of the need to have it all make sense. If I was given an opportunity, like say I want to move to Hawaii, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, what about my dogs? I have to take my dogs with me. How would that work logistically? How I can't do that. How would I afford all that? Blah 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 blah. If God wanted me to move to Hawaii, it would be effortlessly and easy. He would give me the opportunity that makes sense, and it wouldn't be overwhelming because all of a sudden it's all put together by the right people who had it on their hearts to want me to be there. And God makes the impossible way possible. If I wanted to go to Hawaii and it was actually not meant for me, it would be like pulling teeth to try to make it work. It'd be like trying to swim upstream. When you're in flow, when you're truly in flow of what God has for you, it just clicks together. It's not fighting to be heard. It's not fighting to be seen. It's not fighting to find the way. It's not stressing to try to make it work. It just sort of aligns, and the right people align with you, and they're like, I have this opportunity, I have these air miles that I can give you so you can fly there for free, I have this lodging that you can live here for free, I know the person that has the connections for your animals, and here's a great way to travel with them for free for free for you because they have the resources. Like, if it's meant to be, God will open the doors for the resources to be available. And it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. People have free will to make it hard for you, right? Look at Joseph. His brothers had the free will to let Joseph's like talents and his gifts be like fruitful, but they got jealous and they sold him off to slavery. But even though people have free will and they can make your path to what your story was inevitably going to be, right? What your gifts were inevitably going to be. I firmly believe that if Joseph's brothers didn't sell him in the Bible, then his gifts would have just continued to flourish. He would have been able to grow up with them, yada yada. And then the famine would have started happening, and then Joseph's gifts still would have been heard about through the lands and spread over to Egypt, and he still would have had that position in Egypt. I think it was Egypt, with the Pharaoh. I think it was the Pharaoh. It's a story I'm not 100% brushed up on. But what I'm saying is, his gifts would have still made it to where he was. And regardless of what people do along your journey with their free will, if they want to throw you in jail, it does not take away what God can do in the circumstances to still give you everything that you were going to have regardless. It almost just makes the story of God and what he can do for you and do for others even more like of a testimony. I was not meant to be abandoned as a single mother to raise my son alone. That was not the intentions of God. People have free will. They have free will, free choices, but it does not take away what God's full story and what God's full purpose is for me and what is coming. I just let go of the control of how. My own resources, I'll choose yours any day. You have better resources than I ever could have. Do you know, does that make sense? Joseph's story changed based off of free will. His testimony changed. But Joseph's blessings did not. Because what God promises you is for you, will always be for you. And it is also not only up to free will of other people, to let that path be one of ease or one that has a bit more testimony to it, but it's also your free will to step into it. It's your free will to let go of the control of the how, what it should look like, what is actually possible for you. Let go of the control of how and just let God do his thing and just say, I am open to whatever it looks like. I'm open to things I can't even fathom, to opportunities I don't even know exist for me. I'm thanking God for my name being mentioned in rooms amongst people I have not yet met, but they know my name because they are connected to my purpose. And God will always alter the hearts of those who are connected to your purpose to help you be aligned to where you're supposed to be. Regardless of what resources you have, God is your resource. And it's his will And it's his ability to speak to other people who believe in God and also people who don't. They just feel led to do this for you, to partner with you, to talk to you, to network, to get to know you, to find you on your social media, to hear you talking random gibberish on a hammock. God puts you in the right space, as long as in the right places for people that you're supposed to be aligned with, for the right opportunities to find you, and suddenly moments to happen, as long as you're willing to let go of the control of what it should actually happen and what is your purpose. Because sometimes we don't fully know the story of our purpose. But I will tell you a secret. What were your passions as a kid? What makes you lose track of time even as an adult when you start to dive into it? One of the things for me is music. I can get lost for hours writing music. All of a sudden it's 3 a.m. I'm talented, and one of my gifts is music. I have many gifts. I mean, we shouldn't ever limit what our gifts that God wants to use is. Be open to what God has in store for you. Be open to the fact that whatever is around you, it doesn't matter, because God can make it all align, and just focus more on aligning yourself to let go of the people and the places that are letting you go. Kind of make, like, falling out of touch, let it fall out of touch. They want to fire you, let them fire you. It seems to have bad communication. That's not the communication you're supposed to be listening for. When you realize that holding on to everything that's trying to kind of like let go, or like a situationship stops texting you, let that go, girl. Let it go. Because when you try to hold on to the control of what is in your control, you're never fully allowing God to take control. And it shows God that you're not fully ready to actually embrace the next chapter. You have to learn the lessons of what you're trying to control and release the need to control those areas to allow the flow. Stop trying to swim upstream. Isn't it tiring? Start going with the flow of where the opportunities are actually trying to lead you to, because that's going to lead you to fruition. Going upstream just leads you to the wrong place that you weren't supposed to be in. Going with the flow of the people that are trying to connect with you, while letting go of the people that are not. And I'm talking people, places, spaces, things, whatever. That's how you're going to actually inevitably get to where you're supposed to be. Just be faithful, be trusting, and understand that it's not in your control. And when you have less control, actually, more abundance flows in. What's one of those bluebirds called? Those big, huge crane bluebirds. Huge one just flew by. Anyways, that's my word of the day. Love you guys. Bye.